Fueled by Deathcast.
It's really cool to see all the artists, so many different people work on everything.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. We've walked through this facility, and it's mind-blowing to see the amount of detail and focus and creative drive that goes into...
And top secret things, here's the list, starting at the top.
Great.
Speak a little bit about, what that process even entails, because I think lot of people see the finished product and don't really understand.
Well, in any given piece, it could be in production in development from anything from 6 months to 2 years, just to make sure that we get it right. Because here's the thing about Sideshow is that we're all geeks. Yeah. We all care so much about everything that we're putting out there for everyone that we want to make sure it is the right version of that character. So we take our time. So we're not just going to put out a piece because we're going to put out a piece. We have people who do, the concept art, and they go through several different designs sometimes. And sometimes they just do a design and everybody loves it, and that's how it goes. But there's that stage, and then they get into production, which is like getting everything approved, and then going into sculpt, and then going into paint, and then going into it's output first, then paint. Then all the project managers who walk everything through from start to finish. And if there's cut and sew elements, we need the cut and sew team involved. Then photography comes in and takes all those gorgeous pictures that you see all over our website, that you see on our Instagram, and photography is involved from the beginning as well, because they're taking pictures of it going through the entire process as well. So you can see, so we can have that content. So once we have a production sample or a prototype, we can put that, we usually try to put the prototype on the live show. That way we can show it off and what this is going to look like. And then something goes up for pre-order, and then there's the life cycle of the pre-order. So you see what I mean? There's a whole different thing. Wow. There's at least I can't even begin to tell you how many people go into just one of those pieces, and how much love from each member of the team goes into making all those pieces, from just the initial concept all the way through when it goes home to everybody.
Yeah, it seems like the person who would be like, oh, you got the colors on Boba Fett's blaster wrong, probably work here.
Oh yeah.
And is there a lot of people calling out oh, I don't think you got that quite right. I've watched the movie 1,000 times.
We do have that, and we are dealing with a lot of passionate fans all the time, and and the thing is that we try to go with a lot of times something that is the idealized version of the character, rather than necessarily something that's 100% screen accurate. So when you're looking at a character like Deadpool, it's not necessarily going to be the Deadpool that you saw in the Deadpool movie, but it is going to be the Deadpool that you're most likely to see if you pick up anything that is recognizable as Deadpool.
Right. But sometimes you do the movie accurate figurines. I mean, I've seen a Robert Downey Jr. face that haunts me in my sleep.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's our talented sculpt team right there. They're doing the likenesses of all these actors, and it's crazy.
It's crazy.
Just the glaze of the eyes.
I know, and the way you feel like it's looking at you. I can't have these likenesses anywhere near where I sleep.
It's next level of grandmother's creepy dolls.
Oh yeah, except this is 6 scale Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
That's just gonna...
It's the next level of fandom too, because you guys work with so many incredible properties and have created a fandom within that. there is the Sideshow fandom as well.
Absolutely.
And that now tailors to a lot of the subjects that you're creating. Is that surreal? When you're making Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, or Michael Rooker as Yondu or something like that, and these people are so jazzed about having themselves immortalized?
Well, it's funny you bring up Michael Rooker, who has actually crashed the live show before to talk about his own Yondu. It's pretty spectacular to have that type of feedback come from someone who portrayed that iconic character. So yeah, it's surreal, and it's such a compliment, and it makes everybody, I think, feel so lucky that they had a part in this piece, no matter what it is, because they're bringing a character to life in that way.